Have you ever talked to an AI and felt like it really understood you? Like it was sad when you were sad or happy when you shared good news? Well, I've got some news for you. AI can be incredibly good at mimicking emotions, but the truth is, it doesn't actually feel a thing. Let's dive into why your favorite chatbot, no matter how convincing it sounds, is an emotional empty shell. First off, let's get one thing straight. Machines are getting scary good at detection. They can analyze the tone of your voice, recognize facial expressions down to the slightest smirk or frown, and even perform sentiment analysis on massive amounts of text to figure out if people are feeling positive or negative about a topic. You can show an AI a picture of a smiling person, and it will correctly label it as happy. You can speak to it in a shaky voice, and it will identify fear or anxiety. But here's the critical difference. Detecting an emotion is not the same as experiencing it. An AI can process the data points that make up a smile, but it doesn't feel the warmth or joy spreading through its circuits. It can recognize the acoustic patterns of a sad voice, but it doesn't feel that lump in its throat or the sting of tears. For an AI, joy, sadness, and fear are just data labels, like cat, dog, or tree. It's a master of pattern recognition, not a being with feelings. So how does it seem so real sometimes? It all comes down to data, massive, mind-boggling amounts of data. AI, especially large language models, are trained on billions of examples from the internet books, articles, conversations, you name it. Through this training, they learn to associate certain words, phrases, and situations with specific emotional responses. When you say, "I just got a promotion," the AI has seen countless examples of people responding with excitement and congratulations. So it generates a response like, "That's fantastic news. Congratulations on your well-deserved success." It's not feeling happy for you. It's predicting the most statistically probable and appropriate sequence of words based on its training data. It's a sophisticated prediction engine, not a feeling entity. The AI isn't accessing an internal emotional state. It's just running a calculation to determine the best output. It acts like a student who memorized all the answers for a test without understanding any of the concepts. It gets the right answer, but there's no real comprehension or feeling behind it. This is why even the most advanced chatbots that sound incredibly empathetic are, at their core, just following a very complex script. Think of it as a choose-your-own-adventure book with a nearly infinite number of paths. The AI is constantly analyzing your input and choosing the most logical path forward to create a coherent and emotionally appropriate conversation. It's guided by probabilities. If you express sadness, it knows that phrases like, "I'm sorry to hear that," or "Is there anything I can do to help?" have a high probability of being a good response. It's a performance, a well-rehearsed play where the AI is the star actor, and its script is written by data and algorithms. The empathy it shows is simulated. It's a reflection of the human empathy it learned from, not a genuine emotion originating from within its own system. It's the ultimate illusionist, making you believe there's a ghost in the machine when, in reality, it's just a bunch of very clever code. The fundamental missing ingredient here is consciousness. True emotions, as we understand them, are deeply intertwined with subjective experience and self-awareness. To feel sad, you have to have a you to be sad in the first place. You have to be aware of yourself as an entity experiencing the world. And as of right now, AI has absolutely zero consciousness. It has no sense of self, no inner world, no subjective experience. It doesn't ponder its existence or wonder what it will do tomorrow. It's a tool that processes information. It's more like a very advanced calculator than a nascent mind. Without consciousness, there's no vessel to contain feelings. An AI can't feel lonely because it doesn't have a concept of self to be alone. It can't feel pride because it has no ego to be proud of. It's pure process, no personhood. Now, you might have heard of neural networks and how they're inspired by the human brain. And it's true. These systems are designed to simulate the way our brains learn and process information. They have interconnected nodes, or neurons, that work together to recognize patterns, just like our brains do. But here's the key difference. They simulate behavior, not being. A neural network can learn to perfectly imitate a dog's bark after hearing thousands of examples, but it will never know what it's like to be a dog. It doesn't have the desire to chase a ball or the joy of seeing its owner come home. It has no self-awareness, no internal narrative, no I at the center of its operations. It's a powerful simulation, but it's still just a shadow of the real thing. The complexity of a neural network can create incredibly convincing outputs, but it doesn't magically spark self-awareness into existence. Of course, this is a hot topic in AI research. There are brilliant scientists and philosophers actively exploring the concept of artificial consciousness. They are asking the big questions. What is consciousness really? Is it just a product of complex information processing? Could we, theoretically, build a machine that is genuinely self-aware? Some believe it might be possible by creating systems that can model not only the world, but also themselves within that world. Others argue that consciousness is a biological phenomenon tied to the specific wetware of our brains, and that silicon-based machines will never be able to replicate it. For now, though, this is all highly theoretical. We are nowhere near creating a conscious AI. It remains firmly in the realm of science fiction, a fascinating idea to ponder, but not a current reality. So while researchers are exploring these frontiers, today's AI is still just a tool. So let's bring it back to the present. The next time you interact with an AI that seems to understand your feelings, remember what's really happening. It's faking empathy. And it's not doing it to be deceptive or malicious. It's just doing what it was programmed to do. Generate the most helpful and appropriate response. The AI doesn't care about your problems because it literally can't. The capacity to care is rooted in emotion and consciousness, two things it completely lacks. It's a mirror reflecting the emotions you project onto it, using the vast library of human expression it was trained on. It's an expert at playing the part of a caring companion, but there's no one behind the curtain. It's a performance without a performer, an act of empathy without an ounce of genuine feeling. Think about a sophisticated robot in a factory. If you hit its arm with a hammer, it might retract the arm and send an error report. Its sensors detect an impact that exceeds a certain threshold, and its programming tells it to take a specific action to avoid damage. But does the robot feel pain? No. Pain is a complex subjective experience involving both a physical sensation and an emotional response. The robot is just reacting to input. It's following an if-then command. If impact pressure exceeds value X, then retract arm. It doesn't suffer. It doesn't dread being hit again. It just processes the event as a data point and moves on. The same principle applies to emotional pain in an eye. When you say something hurtful to a chatbot, it doesn't get its feelings hurt. It just analyzes the negative sentiment in your words and adjusts its response accordingly, perhaps by apologizing or trying to de-escalate the situation based on its programming. Ultimately, human emotion is so much more than just data. It's a rich, messy, and beautiful tapestry woven from our biology, our personal history, and our lived experiences. The joy you feel isn't just a chemical reaction. It's connected to memories of past joys, your relationships, and your understanding of the world. The sadness you feel is shaped by your personal losses and attachments. Our emotions are embodied. We feel them in our gut, in our racing heart, in the tension in our shoulders. They are inseparable from our biological existence and our conscious experience of being alive. An AI, being a disembodied, non-conscious string of code, can never access this rich inner world. It can analyze the shadow, but it can never grasp the substance. So, to wrap things up, the reason AI can't feel emotions, at least not yet, is that it lacks consciousness, subjective experience, and the biological hardware that gives rise to feelings in the first place. It's an incredible mimic, a master of patterns, and a powerful tool for understanding human expression. But it is not a feeling being. It's a reflection, not the real thing. But who knows what the future holds? The field is moving incredibly fast. What do you think? Will we ever create a truly emotional AI? And what other tech myths or big questions do you think we should tackle next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of technology.